So in this episode of Agree to Disagree, we're going to talk about Canibus. We're going to talk about who he is if you don't know who he is, and we're going to have a discussion about if he wasn't blocked in this industry, what kind of impact would he have had? We're going to talk about it.
And we're going to discuss it. We're going to do it. So,
money, gotta have it. Make it disappear and bring it appear like magic. Money, gotta have it. Make it disappear and bring it appear like magic.
Alright, so yeah.
Right now, if you look at behind me, it's showing second round knockout.
Wyclef, if you don't know who that is.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a big part of the story too.
Big part. You got, basically this is a song that's directed towards LL Cool J at that time. The song came about because of some artists, some conflicts between the Canibus and LL Cool J when Canibus collaborated on 4321. So it was based on lyrics in Canibus's verse. LL Cool J heard these lyrics. LL Cool J felt, in his mind, he felt disrespected. So when he went to record his verse, it was basically in somewhat subliminally responding to Canibus's verse, and it showed. People listen to it, it sound like it. And then Canibus, heard it. Well, LL Cool J, they called Canibus or whatnot. They contacted each other, and from that point, LL Cool J told Canibus, you have to come back, studio, and redo his verse.
Which he did, but LL did not redo his verse. He left the disc in there. So when that shit came out, everybody's like, "Oh, who's LL talking about? He's dissing somebody."
Right.
And Canibus was told to keep his mouth shut. And then people started getting the hands on the original version, and they started putting two and two together. Oh, he's dissing Canibus. Canibus is the battle rapper that can't be beat, but LL Cool J is dissing him. Canibus, you got to do something. So LL pretty much put him in a position to do this. He forced his hand. And then, as we come further into the story, as you probably already know, you don't know who Canibus is. Why? Because, and it's not because that LL Cool J beat Canibus lyrically in battle. Even though they did go at it on wax. Canibus won that. If you want to argue, I will slap you. LL did not lyrically beat Canibus, but LL already had the fame, he already had the status, he had the TV show. You wasn't going to knock off LL. So Canibus had to be a sacrifice to the game, the industry, which, nowadays you have avenues to be an independent artist, but I don't know if those avenues were explored back then like that. It was just, if you wasn't in the industry, you couldn't pop off, you couldn't really do nothing. But yeah, a lot of shit went into that failure. But we talk about that story to ask an even greater, more significant question. If Canibus succeeded at that time, how would that have changed the rap game as we see it now? As you are, I'm pretty sure, well aware, the rap game now is devoid of lyricism and intelligence, which Canibus was the exact personification of lyricism and intelligence.
Exactly.
So what you thinking, SL? If Canibus got on, if Canibus was successful, if all the stars aligned properly, to allow him to be an actual successful, quote unquote mainstream artist, how would this rap game be different?
Well, I mean, precisely as you were stating, you have to look at it from the type of artist Canibus is. So he's very scientific, intelligent. He puts a lot of interesting concepts in the music that you could listen and you can actually learn from, and you can actually research. So it was it's something where if you listen to a Canibus verse, it's almost like equivalent to reading a book, or it's you gaining some type of musical value through a perspective that you can take and you can learn from. So it's like I said earlier, it's like food for the brain. So Canibus, he would have projected that. Now, if LL Cool J at that time didn't get, I guess ego checked himself, didn't get offended by Canibus saying, if it's like, is that a mic on your own? Can I borrow that? It's like, and then he went in with the verse, because obviously Redman didn't get, offended. Method Man didn't get offended.
Everybody else knew I had to play that shit, because this actually was the second single. Not the second single, well, this is another early video. And him trying to be a mainstream artist with the I Honor You track.
Right. So if you look at this track right here, the flow and the delivery is precise.
He's telling a story.
You're telling a story. So this is another quality attribute of MCism. Okay? MCism.
So this is a video that they actually processed and shopped around, and so what the fuck happened? LL got in his feelings.
LL, because LL alienated a lot of potential fans that Canibus could have had. Canibus could have had all of these fans, and because LL felt he was in his ego a little bit, I believe, with getting offended by this artist, this up and coming artist, when you already been in the game since the mid '80s. So in your mind, it's like, would you just let somebody just let them shine or whatever? Like, I really wouldn't care what you say in the rhyme, because it's like you supposed to go hard. So it's like I'm not, you know what I mean? You got, but it's during that time, it's serious. So I guess you can't take nothing away from LL. But with
Canibus has set a standard. Because I could talk to SL about this, because he's a Canibus fan. I'm a Canibus fan. Mizo's a Canibus fan, and we understand we rap like that. And then a lot of rappers who rap and force themselves to rap more advanced are Canibus fans, because they all look at him. Even J. Cole. Even J. Cole talked about Canibus in one of his tracks. So even J. Cole, he knows, lyrical niggas know about this nigga, because we look at him as the pinnacle of lyricism.
Right.
So if the whole industry had that example of somebody like this, they wouldn't be mumble rapping right now.
Money, gotta have it. Make it disappear when we get paid like that. Money.